One of the things that my clients often find most difficult is forgiveness. And it always surprises me to discover that it's harder for them to forgive themselves sometimes than to forgive other people for wrongs or misdeeds or hurts. And yet, without forgiveness, we cannot have a peaceful, quiet mind. There's no way your mind will ever be other than troubled, because an unforgiving mind is never at rest. It's like a sore that won't heal. As soon as your mind starts to slow down, that memory comes back and you start thinking, oh yeah, but I can't. And then you get all lost in thoughts again about the unforgiven person, thing, event, incident, whatever. Now, forgiveness is something that we do for ourselves more than we do for anybody else. Most people discover pretty early on that the people that they haven't forgiven in their lives other than themselves don't even know. Or if they do know, it hasn't affected them. But it does affect us. And to that degree, to the degree that we really want peace in our lives, that we really want to have quiet mind, that we really want to have clarity and calm, and the ability to unconditionally take part in the rest of our lives, being able to let go of unforgiven things is critical. And fortunately, it's kind of in the cards, because it really is up to us. And forgiving doesn't mean forgetting, nor does it mean letting people off the hook, as they say, and deciding, well, it doesn't matter, and it was a terrible thing, but I don't care anymore that it was terrible. We have to see beyond the event or the circumstance or whatever it was to see the innocence of ourselves and others in those moments. And what I mean by innocence is very simple. Whatever I did, whatever anybody else did, whatever happened, whatever situation somebody put us in, that was the best they could come up with, or we could come up with, or I could come up with at the moment. Because we always are truly doing the best we can, given the state of mind we're in, and given our understanding of what our thinking is doing with us at that moment. And it's very easy to look back from a different state of mind and a different understanding of thought. And then, the most common question that people in my office ask is, oh my God, what was I thinking? How could I do that? Or how could he do that? Or she do that? Or they do that? And the fact is that what were they thinking is the key question. Because whatever made sense to them in that moment made whatever happened look like the only option, or the best option, or the only way out. And when we see that, when we see how our thinking really is driving our whole experience of life moment to moment to moment, and we see how innocent we are when we don't know that we're the thinkers, when we don't know where those thoughts are coming from, when we don't know we have any control, any volition whatsoever, when we think that we have to follow something that came to mind because it came to mind, we end up doing things that later don't look right to us. All of us do. So from the standpoint of the three principles of understanding how our minds generate thought, and that thought looks so real to us in the moment, and we experience it as the only reality in that moment, it's easy to understand why things happen that later on we just seem unimaginable to us. And the best antidote to forgiveness, truly, is understanding our role, everybody's role as the thinker of their own thoughts, and understanding that we all have the power to change. We don't always find that power. We don't always exercise that power. Some people in life never discover that power, but it's nonetheless, it's built into us. And when you find that for yourself, then everything starts to make sense. The past kind of clears up. It isn't that you forget. It isn't that you don't remember that this ever happened. It isn't that you change your entire moral universe. It's that you understand what happened. And from that depth of understanding and the realization that every one of us does things in certain states of mind that we would never even contemplate in other states of mind. And that until we know that, until we can read our state of mind and act accordingly, we don't understand our behavior all the time, nor anybody else's. Once we see that, though, forgiveness is a natural, beautiful feeling.